have the parent handbook team, we have the funding team, we have the faith-based team, and we have the media team, and all the information is on the flyers for you. Later, before the meeting concludes today, what we will do is invite up some of the representatives for these 4 teams and let them give you just a brief overall information.
To talk about what they do. So please help me welcome Cindy Temple, and she's going to talk about what your responsibilities would be if you're on the parent handbook team. Please help me welcome Cindy.
I'm standing in for Jerry Simon, who he is the leader of this team, and he is out on medical leave. So I'm standing in for him today to talk to you a little bit about what goes on with the parent handbook. This is the parent handbook, and we hold a class, and I believe the class is 4 hours long. 4 hours long?
About 3.
About 3 hours long. And this class is for anybody who is involved with youth. So whether you're a school teacher, whether you work in a community organization, churches, the parent handbook is a class that can educate you on upcoming gang activities.
That's Josh Camp, and he's going to tell you about the media team and what the expectations are. Thank you.
Hi, again, Josh, part of the media team. What we do is we go out into the community, we work with local organizations as far as putting video shots together, pictures, just kind of getting the exposure out there, letting the community know what's going on with what the organization is doing for who they're trying to help out and whatnot. So if you're at all tech savvy, computer savvy, you're a great editor, if you can put and compose videos, pictures, anything like that, I'd love to have you part of the team and have you come and join with us. Got a sheet over here, just get your information, phone number, and everything like that. If you got any questions, we'll do that.
We also have the funding team, and the funding team is organized by Lose Coalition. And basically, they're not here today, but they're having a meeting on June 30th. So if your organization is interested in applying for grants, their new grant cycle is starting. So it's
okay, I'm not going to keep you or hold you up because it's we're running a little late. I don't think I have to say too much about faith. I'm pretty sure that everybody in here has an understanding of what faith is. If you're interested in joining the faith-based team, please come up and sign the sheet. What I will do is get back with you after that and let you know how we're coordinating and scheduling. I myself am a Christian, however, not everybody out in the community is Christian, so we are looking for interfaith as well to join this team. Okay, so I'd like to thank you all.
We've been recently meeting every Thursday to provide for the community vocational mentoring training, and we have a number of employers that have come and they are trying to collaborate with the Health and Wellness Center and other programs to get youth involved in vocational type activities. We have 2 youth that we are going to sponsor that are gang involved. They will be going through the program with Prestige Pest Control and Premier Printer Repair. They'll be learning these skills and being paid while they are engaging in on-the-job training. We have also tried to engage in initiatives to provide resources for the intervention committee because we know that we want to have rigor.
I'd like to have your attention just for a moment. I've been asked to give a update report on juvenile gangs. I can tell you that although many things are changing, basically everything is still the same. It starts with a young person with no grounding, no backup, no family or positive adults to lead him and educate him. And then he's being influenced by another person similar to him or her. And the big thing now is crimes of opportunity. So there is a good possibility that a kid that normally would not be in a gang because he has friends that are actually walking around with him. All of a sudden, he can wind up with a gun.
I want to let you know today a few things, and very briefly, it pays to listen, but it pays more to think. And when I talk to young people, this is what I tell them. Now, I've been in law enforcement for over 20 years, and I've been in diversion and prevention programs for over 20-something years. Been doing, and this is here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Some of you may remember the Metro Police Youth Diversion Program. I helped to start that program in '94. Sergeant Custer was the supervisor at that time, and we did wonderful work here. At that time, the gang unit only had a few officers, to be honest with you, that went out in the community, so I had to do a lot of the gang training in the entire city, including Mesquite and all the outside areas, all the schools, the middle schools, elementary, and high schools. I went out to do those trainings. And so I'm glad now that they have many more staff that's dedicated to that purpose, and it's a wonderful, wonderful
My
thing.
name is Soledad Garcia. I'm a crime prevention specialist for the North Las Vegas Police Department. And the segment that I will be teaching is about community services and all the programs that we offer through the Community Services Division. We have 6 crime prevention specialists that have their own geographical areas and implement the crime prevention programs within those areas. And so we will be giving a thorough glimpse of all of those programs that we do offer for all ranging from children from pre-K all the way to...
I'm Deborah Reyes. I'm the Community Outreach and Prevention Coordinator for the Gang Crimes Bureau. The female associates of gang members are really a very particular link to some of the gang activity amongst our youth. Not only do they commit the crimes and join the gangs, and they're joining them younger and younger, I think Jerry would probably concur with that, but they're also victims. They're victimized by the way they're brought into the gang, and there's a lot of sexual assault going on, and a lot of things that happen. And the other thing that we try to bring up and really make the link is that these girls get pregnant, and they are the pregnant teenagers that give birth to
the parent handbook class and make themselves aware on how to deal with their son. So that's my story, but I'm gonna, because we're short on time, I'm gonna turn this over to Stephen. He's gonna give you his hands-on experience of how a kid ends up in juvenile delinquency court and what the process is and things that you might not know and that Steve knows. Okay, Judge Compton.
Numerous times. And then I sent him to an institution, didn't see him for years. One day I'm at Smith's, and I wasn't quite thinking. And I see this guy coming out, running out of the butcher case with a cleaver. And he's yelling, Judge Compton, Judge Compton! I go, oh my God, what do I do now? And he put the cleaver down, he shook his hand and says, thank you. He says, I was a banger, I was in the gang, I went through Springmount Youth Camp, I went to Elko, and I learned a skill. I finally felt that I have some self-worth. These kids do not feel like they have any worth, and that's